we're back. We're gonna get the Commissar. Kill that son of a bitch.
Rise to the top.
Might not even be over here anymore. Alright. He's got to get the pit there.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
A job for me.
What a peculiar thing!
Done.
Let us not dawdle. This could be an opportunity.
One and it's done.
Is there money to be made?
The Adari runs a hand over her face before turning to you. Her pale skin is tightly stretched over the bones of her skull. Her eyes have lost their glimmer, and her neck is stooped under an unseen burden. Yet you still recognize her. Juliet Lenevris, your former companion and the reason for your imprisonment within these dark walls. Juliet glanced at you, her eyes widening slightly. That is the only change you detect in her tense expression. Whatever emotions she may be feeling, she is suppressing them. Clintock. Juliet, you're alive. Your voice. Do I hear a semblance of jubilation? How can that be, Alentek? Because of me, you... Did the Monkey come for a taste of pain? Then you must have patience. Our little guest still has much suffering to extract from her first victim. Your prey is far from empty. Juliet, do not hold back. Juliet grips the blade in her hand and immediately winces. Her spear stone is emanating a red glow. She touches it with an expression of anguish. The suffering overwhelms me. No more. I cannot bear it any longer. Why are you doing this to her? Rip the blade out of Juliet's hand and kill the Drakar who just spoke. Juliet is mine. You cannot have her.
This can't be over.
The Drakar is too enthralled by the victim's torture to react in time. The blade goes through his throat, and the Xenos collapse with a visceral wheeze. The kin move to draw their weapons, but freeze, transfixed by the sight of their brother thrashing in agony. From the Dark One's toys to a Monkey's property, my path shows me no mercy, Alentek. Tell me, will your heart find the strength and resolve to forgive me? To allow me to share the path with you once more? We will yet have a word about your deeds. Now, however, it is time to leave. You are right. Explanation and understanding are now ours to pursue. Yet, your willingness to take me back astounds me, Elentok, and it frightens me in equal part. Assyrian, heed my word. I will not fail your faith in me again. The spear shown in her breast flashes and slowly dims. And now let us walk away from the nightmare that sink their sting into the darkest recesses of my ravaged soul. Alright.
Trading is just like art. It takes skill and talent.
Alright. Now, let's go.
I always keep my options open.
If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. Yet his hoarse whisper, nothing like usual, clear, almost mellifluous voice he used to prepare. Smite me. Rogue trader, you find me at a prayer. Darkness runs, we will require all the spiritual fortitude our ravaged hearts can muster. Are you distraught because of the Vigastas' fate and the deaths of those betrayed by the Commorragh? Yes, I am. I was the one who found those people. I brought them to the Commissar. I prayed for them and gave them hope, and he sent them to the abattoir to die for those monsters' amusements. They might have, in their final moments, they might have thought that I too had betrayed them. I once more failed to see wickedness where I should have seen it. I failed those people loyal and brave, but it is not only that. I thought, naively, that faith and perseverance had helped us, helped me, cut through the schemes of the foul Xenos, that we were on a path to freedom. In truth, though, it was all just another part of the act, and the vile monsters who have been cackling with glee as they observed my foolishness. Remain steadfast. We will break free from this darkness. Thank you for your words of solace, Rogue Trader. Tell me, Rogue Trader, do you trust me? Please, look into your heart and tell me what you see. I trust you with my life. What if I am undeserving of your trust? Rogue Trader, to lose hope is to err in the eyes of the Emperor, and I am drawing closer to erring than ever before. The darkness all around me thickens, and the clutches of our captors are strong. If I am to give myself fully to the battle ahead, I will need all my strength. With so much of strength I will purge my soul. Tell me, will you hear my confession? Of course. I killed Theodora von Valencius. What? Ha! We're all wearing masks, even the most righteous. Jai shakes her head in disappointment. Eli raises her head slightly and looks around, clearly not fully understanding what is wrong, but sensing the shift in mood around her. Yes, it was me, not your treacherous kin, Voidbeer, not the cultists, me. I remember every last detail. The ship was under attack. I grabbed my weapon and ran to her side because I thought it was my duty to protect the Emperor's chosen. What did I witness when I burst into her study? Theodora von Valencius, a rogue trader holding a sinister sorcerer's artifact, radiating with profane lights. It was a lens like the ones we saw in the Rakad system, except it was smaller and far more potent. I instantly knew it to be a weapon of the Arch-Enemy. I had seen objects like it before, on Salus Prime, the planet where I had sought the sacred relic and where I had nearly died at the hands of the cultists. So many things were made clear to me in that moment. So piercing was the revelation, so obvious the answer to how those heretics had found their way to a planet known to none but those of House von Valencius. I fired before I could even fully comprehend what I was seeing. Terror's light must have guided my hand, for one shot was all it took. The bolt of discharge destroyed both the Arch-Enemy's artifact and the owner's black heart, but I did not regret killing her, nor do I regret it now. Theodora had succumbed to the Arch-Enemy and its dark sorcery. The entire attack on the ship was merely the result of her and Voidbeard feuding over their spoils, and I realized in my heart the moment I saw the artifact in her hand. But standing in that same room was an honorable Arch-Militant, a devout servant of the Emperor, and the reason I had made it off Salus Prime after the cult's attack. When he saw me firing at Theodora, he instinctively rushed to protect her. I killed him too. Do you remember the orphans I once asked you to meet with, Rogue Trader? One of the boys was the son of the man I killed. My whole life. I had sworn I would not allow villains to orphan children of the Imperium. Then I did so myself. This is what true faith is all about. Shooting first, asking questions later. sacrificing innocent without thinking of the consequences. Where's your humanity, sister? The world is not divided into black and white. Lady Theodora Mort fell out the hand of the one meant to protect the service of the God Emperor. I never doubted the security of the Von Valencia's bloodline when you were close, but now the very foundation on which the power of the rogue traders rests seems to have been violated. Abelard looks at Argenta with a visceral loathing in her eyes, uncovered by either courtesy or respect. You hag! Two-faced void rat killing Theodora right when the ship was in peril, right when she was doing everything to save us. You won't walk away from this. The air around her is vibrating, electrified by the power of her sorcery. Idira, stop. Now. Why? Why should I stop? Why should you stop me? She'll put a bullet in your head just like she did with Theodora the moment she finds the smallest reason to suspect you of heresy. Idira, you are blinded by grief. Stop. None of us is perfect. Idira is breathing heavily as she looks at you with a mixture of despair and distress. Then she suddenly slumps to her knees and lets out a tired sob. Everything was going so well when Lady Theodora was alive. She appreciated me. She gave me a new life. And the voices were barely giving me any trouble. But then after she started seeing her in my dreams, and the voices started calling me to the day and night. Ooh. Do you at least regret doing what you did? Your hands would not be covered in the blood of innocence had you not acted on impulse. I regret the deaths of innocence every waking moment, but how could I avert my eyes from heresy? That goes against my very nature. I'm glad I revealed the truth to you, rogue trader. This dishonesty has been driving me out of my mind. Oh man, that was...
Keep your wits about you. Always keep your eye on the prize.
My brothers and sisters, it is time for you to meet our greatest ally. Rogue Trader Selena Voice Star Von Valencia herself is part of the resistance. I ask you, how can we fail with someone so mighty on our side? The Maleficent Xenos have already tried to kill her in the arena, yet their efforts were for naught. The Emperor protects. The Commissar gives his inspirational speech while looking right at you without a shred of shame. His words draw smiles of amazement and exultation from the people around him. You have never seen any of them before. Traitor, you condemned them to death. You lied to us, and now I have come to exact retribution. Sister Argenta, what are these accusations on here? Could it be the horrors of combat have rattled you so? Have you been blinded by the ensuing madness? Or has our cunning enemy poisoned your mind with some wicked influence? Argenta, stop, or else those who do not know the whole truth might suffer. I will not risk the lives of those you have deceived, but make no mistake, this is over. Was it not our intention to kill him? The Viper is surprisingly hard to kill. He's chock full of life support. I figured a new pet would be a nice bonus to claiming victory and having the den back. Besides, new recruits need a target to practice their aim. Just their aim? What about their close combat skills? Let me out. Make me suffer. Put me against 3 of yours, 5 years, unarmed. Good entertainment for your people, is it not? Either let him go or execute. I abhor torture. You suggest that we let him die, after all that he has done, after we condemned so many of our own to death for our ungodly pleasure of Xenos? Will we grant his wish to spawn an easy death? Never. Never. Never! How can I let such an inspiring prisoner go? My fellow resistance fighters would be devastated. You traitorous maggot. Yes, you got me. I'm a traitorous maggot. Just keep down, will you? Why do you send people to the arena? Just trying to be useful. The witch cult of the Fatal Thirst enjoys this little show I put on. Killings don't amuse them all that much. They want something more flavorful. Those people think they're just a step away from salvation. Then they realize where they are. The combination of despair, pain and betrayal, horror, broken hopes, it adds spice to their death agonies. So I provide that spice to the witches and they give me equipment, food, protection. Yes, that means my work is appreciated. Tell me more about the arena. Arenas are the wellsprings of life in this highness place. Drukhari are forced to speed on psychic energy born of pain and fear, or else they wither and degrade. That's why they go to these gladiatorial arenas. They like the feasts where the Drukhari stuff themselves with people suffering, and the witch cults are the rulers of those bloody carousels. Carousals. The chasm is the turf of the cult of the Fatal Thirst, which is led by 3 succubi, Tazara, Treacherous, and Sinistoria. Treacherous is typically the one in charge of the arena fights, while Tazara goes on raids to harvest new fighters. But it's no secret that Sinistoria is the most fearsome and powerful of the 3. She's the one who forged the alliance between the cult and the Reaving Tempest, though for some reason she has been avoiding the spotlight lately. So how did you manage to work out a deal with the witches? I happened to find myself in the arena and I did whatever I could to survive, which entertained the audience quite a bit. One of the witches, Tazara, took notice of me. She found me and said I could serve them either with my brains and charisma or with my blood and guts. Except Tazara seems to have forgotten all about me. Would Malice have dared make a move if she hadn't? She must have been grown bored. Sooner or later they become bored of everything. But I'm trying my best to win back her favor. I already have a few ideas for my new little stage plays. Well, Tazara's dead. I killed her. Damn it, I miss her patronage. Though the same can't be said of her high-handed manner and her habit of using sharp objects to bring fun to any conversation. Well, I'll just have to win over a new patroness. Are you even a real commissar? Of course not. I can tell you from experience that they beat all the brains and imagination out of commissars during training. I was a nobody from the penal legion of the Astra Militarum. But I did beat a commissar to death with a spade and take his uniform. Does that make me something of a commissar in your eyes? He chuckles in amusement. And what did Malice do to cross you? I want the truth. He robbed me of what was mine. When that scaled freak realized I'd been left out without a patron, he brought his gang to my den, this den, and took it away, and my arena portal with it. Then he went on grazing on my pasture and snatching new rivals who were supposed to be mine. And what do you intend to do now? I'll keep supplying meat for the arena. Without Malice around, all human captives will be mine to collect. And I'll have plenty of material to delight our gracious hosts with. Well, I believe you have a problem. I survived. Is that a problem you're not going to, I don't know, kill me, are you? That would be most unwise. Malice used to be the one who could get you things to survive, but now I've taken over. If you kill me, who's to play with good weapons, stimulants, armor? How about a deal? You take part in my show, and I give you access to the stores of the Resistance. Just keep your mouth shut and finger off the trigger. I'm afraid I will kill you after all. This is personal. That's a shame. We could have become allies. My brothers and sisters in arms, we've been betrayed. You better let us spill blood for she who obeys the unhallowed whims of Xenos. For the Emperor.
I'll make an example out of you.
Where am I? You know what? We're just going to go with what happens here. 18, that's not. Alright, so.
If it serves your cause. This tedium is beneath me.
Where is she? Is she right here?
Never cross a Kazbalikin. I can do that. Don't get too caught. Never fight fair. Am I getting paid for this? Going somewhere? You've got a problem. You're no fun. Don't get too cocky.
Moving out! Strike is a prayer. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Doubtest for the strike is a prayer. As the Emperor...
High momentum.
I'll do it.
Eradicate it.
As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. Indeed. We'll rule the stars themselves. My place is at the fore. Victory is imminent. An exemplary strike. Pain and duty go hand in hand. I took care of this one. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Reduced to dust.
High momentum.
I never gave her a fucking weapon. Oh, well, fuck me.
Was be gone!
I am not your Xenos. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
The resistance fighters are looking at you with a mixture of fear and respect. They do not have the guts to break the silence and speak to you. The commissar is no longer in charge of this unit. Any objections? No, none, your ladyship. There is something you must know. The man who called himself the commissar was a traitor and an accomplice of the Xenos. His promises of escape were nothing but lies. A shocking murmur runs through the ranks. One fighter sobs, his face twitching in grief, while another whispers a string of curses, his fists clenched. Then there is no hope. We are doomed to remain captives of the Xenos. But a clean death is a better fate by far. May we beg your ladyship to grant us the Emperor's peace? In the name of the Emperor, I, Selena Voidstar von Valencius, give you my word that I will lead you out of this place. In a united impulse, the crowd falls to its knees before you. You see their eyes awestruck and warm like sunlight, and they offer their many-voiced prayer to the Emperor. You hear your name uttered over and over again. So where did Malice keep his trophies? They are mine now. This is everything we found in this vile den. We searched all of the sly Xenos' secret caches and stashes. Tell me, Malice, do you still have something stowed away, some extra special stash? Who could say, humanling? You can tear the den apart piece by piece. You can torture me. You will find nothing. We sliths know how to shout our sense of pain, and will suppressors have no effect on us. So there's only one way you can get your hands on my treasures. Open the cage, get me a knife, and get on your knees. Let me carve your throat open. I will reveal the secret to you as you die. The next fight, you are coming with me. We shall make the arena drink of Xenos blood. Better die for the Emperor than live for yourself. Do you wish to repent, traitor? Enjoy your little victory while you can. Commorragh will rip your head off quicker than it mine. Then we'll see who's sitting in those cages. For your crimes, I am sentencing you to death and granting you... Nope, I'm sending you to the arena. You will suffer the fate to which you doomed so many others. To the arena? No, please. Can I please stay in this cage, please? You should have shown greater hospitality when I first came to you. No longer will you hide behind the backs of others. When the homunculus servants come to collect the gladiators, I shall be sending you to the arena. Very well. Once you surprised me. You didn't die. And I lost my status. Maybe I won't die either. Maybe you will lose something too. Alright, I'm done. Don't wish to be disturbed. Alright. Alright, let's get out of here. See if I can get Ulfar.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
Oh, to see them cut down by hands unclean.
The scar tattoos on his body, which at first appeared abstract and paired together, formed the angular image of a wolf's mouth with bare fangs. This person must be the genetic offspring of Lehman Russ, the space wolf of Fenris. Fenris Hjolda Vlak.
Fenris Hjolda, mortal. You know the old words. Good words. Strong as a rock. Sharp as the blade of a force axe. Deadly as a kraken's tooth. What do you want?
Who are you?
I am a wolf.
And how did you come to be here?
My pack answered the Inquisition's call and came to the Coronus Expanse. There was a battle, and then the young wolves yearning to be meat for their brotherlings. To a feast of bolters they went out roving. Though they were but few, one long fang with them went loping. Not to see them cut down by scythes unclean. The pups he sent scattering, and there stood alone the paths guarding. For a foe he long spied, one worthy among unworthy. The song of swords singing, they clashed with clamor and skill, until stood the old wolf upon the bones. Then, by the birds of battle, was he brought down. Was that clear enough? This saga sounds less interesting in prose.
Why does the homunculus keep you in a cage?
For his own safety. When I am not busy killing inhuman spawn in the arena, the Xenos fear my will.
We suffer the same fate. I was also captured by the Xenos, and they have forced me to kill for their entertainment.
But I sit in a cage while you roam freely around their city. They do not fear you. Maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe our fates are not the same at all.
I wish to know more about your brothers.
That butcher sent you to spy for him, did he? Or do they know nothing of the Emperor's Angels, the space wolves of Fenris? Or the great Lehman Russ in your corner of the galaxy?
Don't they feed you?
A predator does not eat only when it is hungry. There are many reasons to eat.
There must have been a reason for this bloody repast. You must be planning to escape, yes?
And why do you want to know?
I have no more questions. A warrior such as you could prove useful to me.
To get what you want, you will have to convince two very headstrong individuals.
The huge body with scraggly overgrown red hair perfectly suits the deep, chilling voice of this man, or of the beast in the guise of a man. Tribal scar-like tattoos cover his chest, arms, and back. You glimpse intricate braids in his massive unwashed hair. His body bears so many pale scars that you cannot count them all, and muscles bulge beneath his skin like boulders. He looks like a statue carved from stone. It is closely that captivity has sapped the prisoner none of his physical power. Your assessment is confirmed when you spot the remains of a Drukhari in the pile of carrion at his feet, likely one of Homunculus' servants. Drukhari's flesh appears to be making a fine snack for your new acquaintance. Listen closely to the prisoner's song. You do not know the language. The sound seems crude and mangled, but not entirely lacking the harsh dignity of a form of Gothic, while also sounding similar to the rumble of landslides, sharp, choppy, guttural phases coming forth in a harsh rhythm. Oh, good. You close your eyes and enter the flow of the song, like slipping into a fast-flowing mountain river. Words rise up naturally in your mind. They are not of the same ones sung by the prisoner, but you sense their aptness. Verse flows from your lips, full of surprising poetic metaphors and bloody details of a nameless hero fighting monsters under the light of unfamiliar stars.
You are the one who has supped the mjord of the Skjalds, I see. In the long haul, some of my brothers will be eager to tell you of their exploits so that you would sing a saga of their deeds.
Oh. Alright, let's see if we can get some. I could keep tossing you from one side of death to the other for as long as I so desire, but I doubt that reanimating you again will be quite as amusing. I would suggest not incurring my displeasure. Choose your words wisely when addressing your master, Monkey. I've learned from my mistakes. Good specimen. I require your aid. We made a deal. You promised you would provide help. Do not think of reneging on what we agreed upon. A deal? You wretched, do not make deals with the likes of you. I command you, and if you insult me by even insinuating that you and I are equals ever again, I will deprive you of the privilege of cohesive organic existence. My success benefits you. It is reasonable for you to help me. If you are unable to make yourself useful, I'd rather wait for you to die and find myself a better tool. You should be worthy of my attention, not a drain on it. I offer my apologies for seeking your aid without showing proper respect. What payment can I offer you for your invaluable time and attention? Your paltry possession not interest me. If you had something that could intrigue a master sculptor such as I, perhaps a remarkable piece of organics, then I might grant you a few short moments of my time. This sacrifice you want artisan of flesh, then I am ready to offer myself as one. Will you take my flesh? I'll take more than flesh. I can extract something far more valuable from a single shred of your organics. This does not interest me. I will not remove much of her. Her functionality will not suffer. Yet, why? This will be a step on the path of atoning for errors in my past. If my sacrifice will bring us closer to your salvation, I will commit myself to the hands of this tormentor. Accept your payment. She's yours. Try to squirm, little insect. The needle needs to go through your spirit stone, heart, and spine, so I can collect all 3 samples at once. It is so very fragile. Bows. Do your work, flesh stealer. I do not fear you, nor do I fear pain. I would like to take the space marine you keep in a cage. The monkey male with an altered genetic structure, such a phenomenal parameters. Previously studied 2 other specimens of the same breed, but have yet to untangle their genetic secrets. He also performs well enough in the arena. Losing this final specimen would be an undesirable outcome. Denied. With him, I would definitely succeed. It would further both of our interests. You're so helpless on what use was there in letting you live. Surely the loss of some 1K could never impede the work of a mind as great as yours. Perhaps the genetic subtype of all 3 specimens was defective, and this is the cause of my limited success. In that case, the loss of the specimen would not be significant. I would recommend pain as a means of pacification, and you could take his armor. I found it entirely unintriguing. I require a moment of your precious time, and I am willing to pay for it. Curious. You have earned my attention. You took my companion's respiratory augment, and now she is dying. Please return it. What striking proof of that innate shallowness of your kind. After ridding her of that crude device you refer to as an augment, I restored an intriguing feature of her genetic code. So be it. I will not squander my best materials on her. I will return her mechanism without delay. First, let's remove the redundant parts. Which one do you choose? Alright, so mostly healed. Stuff.
I always keep my options open.
I need your help. The prisoner looks at her expectantly without stopping his chewing, but his expression shifts subtly, as if affected crudeness of mind and manner have been replaced by focus and cunning. Don't you want to slay Xenos with me?
Why didn't you say that at the start? What did you expect? Did you think you would have to set the slaughter under the bloodthirsty killer's nose, and it would rush off to do your bidding?
We are both servants to the Emperor. We ought to help each other in this playerless place.
Do you serve the Emperor? Or are you a puppet with the hand of that Xenos butcher up your arse? How am I to know whose words you speak? Yours or his? How am I to know what plot you're trying to draw me into?
Are you a coward then, afraid to come out of your cage?
When I rip your insolent tongue out of your throat, do not ask why.
I'm planning.
This is why.
I am planning an escape. Are you with me?
Why would I be? You are a stranger. How can I trust you? You could be an enemy. Worse, you could be an idiot.
Devantius gave you to join my party.
Gave? Well, if he gave me to you, step into this cage and take me. You think a filthy blasphemous Xenos could do whatever he pleases with me? Come here, you wretch! You have hidden on the other side of those bars long enough! Come in here and repeat your filthy words so I can kick them back into your bloody, stinking muscle! Fine! You got a rise out of me. And from what I can smell, you did not soil yourself in the process. I respect those with courage. I can work with you. It seems Tervantius is not as clever as he likes to appear if he's letting me out of the cage. The joke is on him. Good steel I have already. But if we are going hunting, I will need my wolf skin. What did you say your name was?
Alright, got the Space Marine. Ready. Alright. That's where we're going to stop this episode. We'll come back.
Let us not dawdle.
When we come back, we're going to be going to the arena and doing that nonsense. So yeah, I want to get myself positioned.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So yeah, when we come back, we'll go to the arena, do that stuff for the big dude, or for the spider weird looking dude. I should have a pretty powerful group now. This mass destruction showing everybody. I like the fact that he gets knocked out, but if it does happen, I can use him as cover. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, you know what to do. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It means a lot, helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Until next time, love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.